Hey, so let's talk about update 4.8.0 because I don't usually make such videos, but in this update I've noticed quite a few bugs and stuff I had recorded before, but that were not interesting enough to make a whole video about, and some new interesting features, and I figured, well, this is a good occasion to talk about that. So yeah, let's do this. So we got, of course, as we have every week, new cosmetic items. This time it's death metal or black metal or metal, I don't really know, but yeah. And some Ivada sponsor skins, which look very sleek, very cool. And they also announced that we will get a community event. So usually we can earn one skin from this, and it's by achieving a big community goal, like getting 1 million kills with season 3 weapons, whatever. So first fix, animation fix for rare cases where animations could get stuck in the charge and slam pose. So I actually got a few clips of that. It was much more often that it happened in season 3, if I remember correctly. So all my clips are from season 3. It never happened to me in this season. But yeah, as you can see, it looked very goofy. You will just be there with your hands up. And when it happened to you, you were actually unable to place anything down, use your gadgets. But in that clip, I found out that I was able to quick melee. So I just quick meleed someone to death, and then the bug fixed itself. So yeah, it was a very silly one. Sadly, it had to go because it will actually make you unable to play properly for some time. Now, for the second one, fix for an animation looking wrong when quickly inspecting after throwing a carryable. I don't have footage of that. I don't know what that is. So to all my viewers, whenever you find a weird bug, anything that goes wrong with your game, and I'm not talking about like connection error or stuff like that. Something that can be interesting, that we want maybe to reproduce or that looks funny. You can head to my Discord server and use this channel, Bug Hunt. And in here, as I say, it's for bugs that would be interesting to make videos about. So even if by itself the bug is a bit boring, such as here, where the bug is you have your hand like this in front of you, it's very similar to the bug I talked about just before. It's still interesting because I want to try and reproduce this before it gets fixed. See, the player is just shooting with his hand. So yeah, it looks very silly. So, for example, I don't know what this animation bug is, but if you do, please send clips in my Discord server. Now we have a fix for a bug we currently have in the game, which makes weapons, especially in spectator mode, I think, where, for example, you fire the M11, which fires very fast, but it sounds like you are firing a much slower weapon, so it's very annoying. Now, apparently they fixed this contract where you need to interrupt steals, and I see a lot of players complain about this one. I see many Reddit posts, probably multiple daily, that complain about how this contract is unfair, bugged, not easy to understand. Like, what counts as interrupting? People send clips of them clearly interrupting someone, but the counter doesn't go up. So I hope they not only fixed a bug with how it detects completion, but that they also made the completion condition more lenient. Because if you shoot at someone and they stop stealing and you kill them 5 frames later, it should probably progress this contract, right? But apparently it was not the case, and I hope that's fixed as well. We also had reports. Quite often on Reddit we got clips of people getting their cash out stolen, but having no sound and no flashing effect on the icon. And that's apparently fixed now. At least I hope so. Now, very interesting bug that my friend Provoxin showed me on Discord. They fixed this bug where if you carried a leaking gas or poison canister, it made you basically invincible. When Provoxin is shooting at them here, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, no matter what they shoot at, it doesn't hit the enemy. You had an invincibility shield, at least from the front, and maybe you were entirely invincible to bullets somehow. So that's gone. Now, if you played Bankit, it happened to me a lot in Bankit. There was a bug where all the cash out stations, like on Monaco, I think, they will just jiggle and keep bouncing up and down constantly. And it was so weird. I don't have a clip for that, but apparently it's fixed. And there was also occurrences of Bankit stations, ABM, I forgot the name. They will just spawn in the air. Like, that was so weird. So apparently it should be fully fixed. Now they fixed a bug that was actually exploited. I've seen a few Reddit clips where people will rush to get the first cash out, and as soon as they were in the first or second place, they will drop all the next cash boxes under the map where nobody can retrieve them to guarantee being qualified, because enemies could not earn cash via cash boxes anymore. So yeah, it was very unfair, and that's apparently fixed. They also made it so Kyoto has fewer performance issues, apparently, because they changed the way destruction stuff happens on this map. I see a lot of comments about Kyoto being the worst map due to performance, so hopefully it's better for you if you are concerned. Apparently they had disabled objective spawning on moving platforms and elevators on Kyoto, Seoul, and Skyway Stadium. I don't know why, I had not noticed, but they should be back now. They fixed an issue that caused the contestant section portion of the pre-round not to show. So basically, I think it's Xbox players specifically, they were not able to pick a contestant, like to change contestants in the contestant selection screen, which is ironic. So that is apparently fixed now. This one is very good. Added an accessibility option to make the flashbang black out the screen instead of a whiteout. So now you can go into your game settings and choose whether you want to be actually blinded in real life and like lose vision permanently, or if rather you would prefer to have a black screen when you get flashed in game, so it doesn't affect your eyes in real life, which is way better, of course. So I advise anyone to turn this setting on, because why would you prefer, or I guess if you use Discord in white mode, you would prefer to get flashed in white. But for normal people, I mean, you can now use a normal setting. There's always a new item input hints option in the interface option. So when you have it on, you will see in the bottom right corner of your screen that it explains what keys you need to press to do what with your currently equipped weapon or item. So overhand throw with left click and underhand throw with right click, reload, aim down sights, fire, etc. If you want less clutter, if you want to have fewer things in your field of view, you can hide this by going into settings, interface, and either you set it to fade, which is going to make them disappear after a few seconds, so they fade away like that, or you just go to interface, item input hints, and turn it off, and after you do that, you just have no item input hints. They fixed an issue with emote cancelling with dash. So again, lights messing around with emote cancelling, and they seem to be very adamant on tackling that. So I'm all for fixing exploits, but usually I'm more for fixing them after I have had time to make a video on them. Thank you, Embark. Now, they fixed an issue that I talked about one of my videos and that I even made the thumbnail out of, so I will have to change the thumbnail now because it's outdated. They fixed an issue where, for example, if you trigger a red canister with a tracking dart and then you die from the explosion of that canister, the combat log will show that you died to tracking dart instead of showing that you died to an explosion of a canister that was triggered by a tracking dart. So sometimes people will get very confused because they will charge at an enemy through walls, die, and the combat log will show that they killed themselves with charge and slam, which is not possible, right? And usually it was because they triggered some canister, mine, whatever. And that's now fixed. If you kill yourself with a canister, an explosion, you will see the correct cause of your death. So that will clear up some confusion. Gameplay UI is hidden while in the settings menu so that it's not visible while in the video settings. So basically it's when you are tweaking your video settings, it's easier for you to see the game and it's not hidden by UI elements. Added the emerald rewards on the World Tour info screen, fixed an issue where the wrong sponsor might be shown in the map introduction sequence. Yeah, I've seen some screenshots on Reddit where it's like Holto instead of Isolt. And that's basically it. I know I've never made such videos before, and I chose the weirdest patch to do it because there is no like balance change or whatever. But I feel like this kind of stuff is more up my alley, you know? It's more the kind of stuff you see on my channel usually. I noticed multiple bugs I had footage of that I could talk about. So yeah, I figured that might interest you. So if it did interest you, please leave me a comment and I will leave other YouTubers to actual patch notes when it comes to balance and stuff because I'm not as interested in that. Anyway, I will see you at the finals and good luck for your next match.